Hey everyone! Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, hi, how are you? I have so many things I want to say, but I'm trying not to make this video 20 years long. First, I just want to say thank you for all of the views and love on the last video I did. I didn't expect to get as many views as I did. We've surpassed over 100, which is nuts. I didn't think that many people would want to watch one of my videos before, so that's cool. Thank you guys so much for that. For this next video, I just wanted to do a freshman year reflection. I decided to do this because I didn't really like how uninspired I was to continue filming clips throughout March and April. I wanted to continue through the entire year, but obviously you have to give yourself a little bit of space to cope with bad situations in your life. But I still wanted to give some sort of reflective content, so I thought I would just sum up my whole year, give you guys some advice, talk a little bit about the college freshman experience, specifically at the George Washington University. Thought I would give you guys some advice pertaining to GW and also pertaining to college freshman life in general. I don't really plan to make GW related content after this video. If I do, then whatever. But if anybody who goes to GW or a rising freshman or things like that want me to make more GW related videos, I so can. I feel like GW already has its king. If you've never heard of him, I Am Emergency. He's really popular with the GW rising freshmen, and he gives some really great advice and shows you what day-to-day life looks like here. So I'll leave his channel linked. Go check out his videos. He's great. I have some notes here. We're gonna get started with the GW related advice first. One of the things is that GW is a school that really emphasizes the whole integration with DC thing, and I strongly think the best use of your money that you're spending at GW, besides the academic part, is to actually get off and get around campus. There are so many things to explore in DC. I feel like the best times throughout this year have been when I've really pushed myself to go and explore and just really be here. That is really one of the best things to do here, is just to leave as much as you can and really maximize the time that you're spending in the city. Also, I wrote down that going to school at GW doesn't really feel like you're living at a college campus. It just feels like you live in a particular dorm or like an apartment or whatever, and you just go to class. Like, it's not, you don't have a typical college feeling. There's no really sense of community here. The admin tries their best, but nobody shows up. It could feel really isolating at times coming here and just seeing how fast everyone's moving all the time, and just, I don't know, you just kind of feel alone. But just know that you aren't. Kind of decrease this feeling. Do the whole student org thing. I know that I was the second ago I was like, GW doesn't really have a sense of community, but when you join an org that you really like, you really get to find people and things that you're interested in, and you can make friends with upperclassmen, with other freshmen and things like that. And also taking advantage of the freshman fog, which I kind of gave it that name. I don't know what it's called, but when you come here for first semester, it's like everyone is on the same playing field. Just taking advantage of that and knowing that everyone also needs friends and also wants to find their people. Go out and meet some new people. Try some new things. You never know who you're gonna meet. You never know the kind of relationships you're gonna have. But also, while I say this, just make sure that your life isn't all social, isn't all going to parties, isn't all going to museums and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, you did come to do school, so school needs to be important to you. But I feel like every person has their balance, so make sure you are also making time to do your work, but also making time to meet new people and have those memories. GW culture, usually Thursday, Friday nights are partying nights, and then people usually start winding down on Saturday and studying on Sunday, and then kind of work throughout Monday through Wednesday, at least in my experience. Promise, you do have time, you just have to be smart about the time that you do have. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about the gworld system. Listen, gworld, you have to be smart with it. You cannot go and you cannot blow $50 like in one day. Like, it's just not sustainable, it's not practical. Don't do it. I feel like being smart throughout the fall semester will help you in the spring semester because it is longer. So just remember, be smart. At the end of the day, like, you need to be independent and you kind of need to be responsible for your own life and your own budget and your own thing. I'm telling you right now, you are about to have the most fun that you've ever had. You are going to be so stressed, but it's all going to be worth it. I promise, or I hope. Once again, congratulations for making it here. You've done the work. Enjoy the summer, make the most of it, and come here and get ready to work and meet some new people and have a great time. So yeah, so that's it for GW advice, I believe. And so now I'm going to talk about what I've just learned in my college freshman experience in general. The first point I have on here is mental and physical health. A part of being on your own for the first time, it's a big change. Something clicked that once you leave the house, it's like you're not a kid anymore. And also, you're gonna realize it's just that, like, your home isn't your home base anymore. I had to realize that my home was in my person and not at a particular place. For a lot of my fall semester, my mental health plummeted, my anxiety skyrocketed, my depression kind of took a hold over me, sometimes more than others. My physical health declined too. It would either be me eating so much or me not eating at all. It was never like balanced, and whatever I was overeating on, I wasn't choosing healthy foods, I was choosing comfort foods. Doesn't really matter what you came here to do. What matters is that you can physically make it through. So your mental health and your physical health are the most important, hands down. Take care of yourself, which I didn't do, and now I'm just kind of like sitting in the aftermath of it. I'm like, wow, I really didn't take care of myself, and I let myself be my last priority. So you are the most important. You are the center. Please take care of yourself. Also, I put relationships and friends on here just to kind of echo what I said during when I was talking about freshman fog and clubs and orgs and getting out there. I am the type of person also to stay with what I know and to stay with my people. I also have social anxiety problems, so when I find my people, I just stay with my people. And it's really important for me and also you to branch out. Approach every social situation with an open mind, which I think I'm going to do next semester. So I'm going to talk a little bit about my organization and planning and procrastination tips, because I know a lot of us are procrastinators. I am also a procrastinator, but you have to procrastinate in a way that's smart. I strongly believe that procrastination is natural because life is unpredictable and things will happen and you won't be in the mood to do something and you just want to lay in bed and watch Netflix. My rule of thumb for procrastinating is that no matter what, whenever something is due, if it is possible, I have at least 3 days between when you complete that assignment and when it is due. When more stress begins to be applied to me, the more aversion I have to do a particular task. And 3 days away is a pretty good distance where I feel the stress, but it's not 100% there yet. The 3 days before due date rule is kind of for like bigger projects and papers. If it's readings, I like to just do it right after class or right before class, to be completely honest with you. I make sure to take a look and see if I can wait till before class to do it, and if it's longer readings, I usually just do them right after class so that it's out of the way. It depends. I feel like academics are something that in college are really more subjective than in high school, because in high school you can really memorize and like sail through your classes, and in college it's a little bit different. It just depends on what kind of class, what kind of exams that you have, what type of person you are, if you work best in the morning or the night, and just really plan your academics around the person that you are to make it more comfortable for you to study, because studying is something that isn't the most fun, but if you make it something that's approachable, that could really be your strongest suit. And just because you did well in high school does not mean that you're going to do well in college. Those things don't equate. Please take your academics seriously. Don't come in and thinking that you can BS it, because at the end of the day you cannot, and you will get yourself in a really bad situation if you think that you can just like do whatever, because you can't. People who did IB and who are looking at like seeing, oh, is college more difficult or is it around the same or this, that, and the other. Different IB students say different things, but in my experience, I have found that it's exactly the same. At least at GW with the UW course, the research paper at the end is basically an EE part 2, just letting you know that you're in for another round. And IB does really prepare you for college either which way, like with even if your experience is going to get more difficult or if it's going to stay around the same or even going to be easier, IB really gives you the tools that you need. I'm a studious nerd. I love stationery. I love the whole study blur community. We stand. So if you guys actually want me to do a video more in depth about how about me and how I study, and give you some tips and tricks on how to do the whole college thing, go ahead and either tweet me, Instagram DM me, comment below, and ask for that, and I can most definitely do that for you. And then I also want to talk a little bit about organization too. I use my computer and phone calculators a lot because it has the hour by hour breakdowns. Kind of schedule out each day so that I know how much free time I have. And then I also have my agenda where I have all my tasks I do for each and every day. I split my agenda into categories. I always have like a gisting section, which the concept of gist, I don't know if she created it, but one of my, not YouTube inspirations, but like kind of, Kaylin Nicholson, if you don't know her, you should watch her videos. Her planning and gist videos are pretty great, but the concept of gist, like get your shit together, and it's just like everything that has to do with like self-care and things that you've been putting off for a while. So example, like laundry. I also put meditation on there. I put like skincare, face masks, stuff like that on there. And then on the other side, I actually have like my work stuff that I do. And I like to break them up. If I have like, oh, write this paper, then I'll have like under it, I'll be like intro, conclusion, or body paragraph 1, or edit body paragraph 1, or things like that. So specific things I want to do under that big umbrella of working on that paper. That's how I like to plan. It sounds like a lot. It's not. At least it keeps me organized, but again, that's not going to work for everybody. Just find something that works for you and stick to it. Again, like I mentioned earlier, I think a lot of cultures at different campuses vary, and because GW has a kind of self-starter hustler mentality all the time, it can feel really disheartening if you don't feel that you are as productive as your counterparts, or you aren't achieving as much, or you aren't as busy as somebody else. Everybody's on a different stage of their own journey, and yours isn't any less valid than someone else's who's doing the most. You don't have to do the most. Just focus on finding out who you are, what you like, and what you want to do. And also I suggest staying away from people who cannot mind their own business. Don't sell yourself short if an opportunity presents itself as one of growth and self-improvement. Then go for it. Full force. So my freshman year of college is over. I am really happy, but also kind of sad at the same time. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'm pretty sure it was a long one because I can't stop rambling for the life of me. In the description below, I'm going to leave links to Rumi's channel, who does a lot of GW related content, as well as Kaylin Nicholson. I will try and leave one of her most helpful videos for productivity and like gisting and planning and things like that, because a lot of my planning system comes from her planning system. And I thought it was brilliant. So you can follow me on social media. I have a Twitter, I have a poetry Instagram, I have my regular Instagram, which I'll leave below. You could also follow me on Spotify and listen to my playlists. I have my May playlist, which is called The Hope for Something Better Than This. You can subscribe if you'd like to. Hit the notification bell. If any freshmen have any questions for me and want to know more about what I have to say and give more in-depth advice, just again, contact me on social media or leave a comment and I will respond. That's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys when I see you. If I don't see you this entire summer, expect more content in the fall. I'm cooking some things up, ladies. It's gonna be crazy. Okay. Bye, guys.